Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Girl X Series by Girls Inspired Development Network, where we talk about real life situations that affect women and girls. On today's episode, I have here with me Joy, and my name is Victoria, and we'll be discussing the topic the impact of digital violence on women, girls, and society. Digital space has become a major tool, a major space that everybody is on for work, connection, and all that. So we'll be going into details of what it means, what digital violence means, what the digital space is, the effects and the impact it has, and how we can mediate these things. So when we talk about digital violence, now it affects everybody. Now, particularly to women and girls. What exactly are we talking about? What are these form of digital violence? What does it entail? And what are ways women and girls face this kind of violence?
Okay, so I'll start with the understanding of digital violence itself.
Okay.
It starts to do with the harassment, the abuse, the violence that takes place through the use of digital tools
Okay.
and mainly internet, because I believe internet these days would spread things faster.
Because now the world is a digital space.
Yes,
It's a global village.
yes, of course. So forms of digital violence, we have cyberbullying, we have doxing, that's sharing of personal information without the person's consent, like address and all of that. And we have what's it called? AI, deep fake images, AI generated images, whereby you just still maintain the person's face and change the body just to just to make the person look bad or certain way, giving a speech under their comment section because they share their own opinion.
Okay, so now
Violence itself.
these are forms of digital violence, like you said, and also I think monitoring somebody's online activities constantly, that like stalking, is also an example of digital violence. Okay, now when we are discussing about digital violence and we are relating it in particular to women and girls, I know a lot of people, both male and female, experience this, but now we are niching down to the issues that affect women. Do you think women and girls are particularly vulnerable to digital violence?
Of course, yes.
Women and girls, I think they are very vulnerable, and I think it also has to do with a lot of societal and cultural influence. Women are usually body shamed or because of their gender, or you're a woman. So when they see, it's very challenging when you see a woman coming online to hear her opinion or have a strong stand on an idea, and she's online and talking about it. She tends to face some backlash, which if the opposite gender had probably even said something like that, the person might not face that kind of violence. No, I'm not saying that anybody cannot be violated or abused online, but now I'm talking about why women are more vulnerable because of their gender, because of there's this ideology that, oh, you're a woman.
They believe women are easy targets.
They are easy target, right? And they feel like, oh, there are some conversations
that women should not partake.
Yes, concern themselves with, oh, you're a woman, you're
and
talking
that's
about
where the social and cultural factors
it comes to play in. As advanced as the world is, there are still some people that they still feel like, oh, you're a woman, you should not have a say in this. You're a woman, you're just
as a woman, you're not meant to bring your family members to the kitchen. Exactly. Even though you're going through a lot of things.
And a lot of advocacy, people are coming out advocating for the right of women. People are coming out challenging some norms that we have made norm, but are not right. The fact that people are doing it, the fact that we are doing it doesn't make it right. So challenging that, often people that do it, women in particular now, face a lot of backlashes. Okay, so now I think we would move on, and I would ask you, what are the impacts that digital violence have on people that have experienced it? Like when you face different from abuse, different from trolling, stalking, what impact does it have on a woman and a young girl out there?
Okay, thank you. So I'll take myself for example. I hardly comment online. Why
is that?
Why? Because I've realized that when most people talk, especially ladies, when you just say something, maybe you comment under a person's post, the way they will drag, especially on Twitter, Jesus, you will not see me comment on Twitter. So I'll take myself as an example. When I see the way ladies are being diminished, maybe that's the word I will use online. So it even affected me indirectly. So I do not I don't have the confidence. Should I say confidence or what's the word now? I don't want to go into detail.
There's some of questioning, like, oh, if I say this,
Yeah, will
what
I be
will
dragged?
what would
So
happen? I would rather stay
not
silent.
say
And I
it.
think that's another challenge of impact it makes on people.
Mm,
Like, oh, the fear of being bullied, the fear of
that's
being
it.
challenged, the
Mm-hmm.
fear of being dragged. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's creating a silence. So they are making us shut up.
Shut up, yes.
Silence, don't
Yeah.
talk about it. And that's not a form of progress. And I think it affects progress.
And directly for those that has faced digital violence, I would say anxiety, fear, loss of confidence. It's a lot. It's actually a lot. Keeping silence, not being able to put out your opinion out there because you don't want to be dragged by anybody, and indirectly it affects others too.
Yeah, digital violence does not only stop online. That's the actual truth.
Mm-hmm.
If you see somebody that's been dragged online, that's been bullied online, it doesn't end online.
No.
It has like an offline effect.
Okay.
It gets them mentally depressed
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. You hear, oh, somebody jump off, somebody killed herself. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and we be like, ah, it was not that
That
deep.
deep.
You were not
You,
supposed to commit suicide. Why would you do that? But no, it doesn't end online. It might start online, but it has like an aftermath effect
on the
on
person.
the person's mental health. Person become
Even the person's
depressed.
reputation, the person's family. It may even lead to maybe the family avoiding the person because of what is being said online.
Exactly.
So we should be
Sometimes
mindful of what
it
you actually
gets you
say.
could lose your job because, oh, you have
You're being
this thing
dragged online.
online, something happened, you could lose your job, lack of self-confidence, not being able to talk, the trauma, the stigmatization, and we are not all strong actually.
Mhm.
We are not all very
Especially when
strong.
you don't even have that support
Exactly. So there's no community to help, to rally around, and you're just there
on your own.
on your own. So I can get how that can be.
That's a lot.
So let's talk about mental health. I think because what we were talking about now relates well to this mental health
Okay.
issue and how it affects women. Now, talking about the human side of these issues,
Okay.
what kind of support do you think survivors of digital violence that had gone through repeated online harassment, threat, and humiliation, what kind of support do you think they need?
Number one, I would say validation. What has happened has happened. Nobody needs to go through your judgments all over again. A person who has been violated digitally is going through a lot already. So now coming around trying to judge them, why did you send the picture? Why did you upload something like that? Why did you comment like that? It's not your business. That person does not need judgment at the moment, but rather validation, knowing that okay, you are here to support me. And another thing is going for therapy. It will go a long way. So the fact that a person is able to overcome it on our own does not mean the other person will be able to overcome it
We are
without
not the same.
yes, we're not the same thing. So we need help one way or the other. We deal with things in a unique way. So when the person needs the therapy support, let them go for it.
Mm.
And another thing is I would say understanding the digital workspace, the digital space on its own, understanding the privacy that comes with it. You don't just go online because everybody is online. You want to go and stay in digital world and be saying your mind. No, you have to all be aware of the principles guiding certain things, the policies in place. I'll say that's also part of it. And family, community, peer groups will also go a long way in supporting someone that has been digitally violated.
That's amazing. And one thing I could draw from what you say is the power of a good community,
Yeah.
of good having a reliable people around you.
Mm-hmm.
That even if things go south,
Mm-hmm.
you can have somebody to rely on
No.
and be able to bounce back again.
No.
All right, as we wrap up, let's talk about social media platforms because these are where most active digital interaction violation sometimes happen. As we wrap up on this conversation, what are the measures we can take individually to protect ourselves from digital violence? I think with social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter, there are some measures that we can take as individuals to protect ourselves from digital violence. I think some of them are automatic word filters to filter some certain keyword,
Keywords.
and also
Turn off your comment
turn off
section.
your comment section. That's also right. And also, there are also some measures that even the apps sometimes have. I think TikTok also has like a restricted messaging. Okay, for you to be safe out there as individuals, there are some certain measures we can also take to protect ourselves from this digital violence online. We can use the block button. We can always hide some comment section, offensive comment section, hide them. And there's a setting whereby you can also automatically filter some keywords from your timeline. And also, the algorithm works with what you interact mostly with. What you interact with is what keeps coming on your timeline. So interact wisely and know what you're liking, what you're commenting on, because that's how you expose yourself to different form of posts. So be very conscious about the posts you interact with. Also, stay safe online and maintain a good digital space. Yeah, till when next to come your way. My name is Victoria from Girls Inspired Development Network, and this is the Girl X series. Click the like button, turn on your post notification to get informed when next to post a video, and also share with your family and friends and loved one. Like it. Bye
Be
bye.
careful of what you consume if you don't want to be consumed.
Bye.